Learning comes from experiences and experiences coming forth. It's easy to say, grab your opportunities and learn from those. Do we all try to grab those opportunities? If yes, please raise your hands. The answer is actually no for the most. Opportunities are rare, and when they are served in front of us, we are afraid to be spontaneous. This is because we are so comfortable, confined within our boundaries that we are afraid of experiencing and learning something new. It feels so good to be comfortable with no anxiety and fear. Can we develop, grow, and comprehend without voluntarily stepping forward? What is the root cause of our restrictions? We call this root cause our comfort zone. Comfort zone? Yes. Comfort zone is a psychological state of mind where everything feels so familiar to us. A stress-free environment with no anxiety and fear. Without additional burden, we are free to be ourselves. Everybody loves to hang on at this stage forever. Now, you all might be wondering, what about the stresses that we deal in our daily life? Isn't that stress dealt out of our comfort zone? The answer is no. We as students think that dealing with our daily stresses related to our schoolwork, our assignments, our extracurricular work is something enough for our growth and development. But this is not what brings you out of your comfort zone. These small, spicy chunks are an inseparable part of life. Robert Yorkes, a renowned psychologist, has given the idea of optimal anxiety, where he stated that anxiety is important for improvement of performance until a certain level of arousal has been reached. Beyond that point, the performance deteriorates as the anxiety levels increases. For example, a little amount of sugar is important for everybody, but when the level of sugar increases, it brings you diabetes. In the same way, a little amount of anxiety is important to perform and to grow, but as the level of anxiety increases, people tend to worry, which leads them to doing their work incorrectly. This stress can be dealt with by working daily instead of piling up our work. A little effort put in daily and there you are, all sorted without last-minute worries. But are we all doing that? No. This is because we are somewhere afraid of losing, afraid of being made fun of, afraid of doing those things wrongly or making wrong decisions regarding our choices. In this race of hiding from difficulties, we forget our capabilities. In the vast competitive era of coming first, we are afraid of losing, which eventually pushes you back to your comfort zone, a state where we won't feel like competing, coming forward, or referring to the audience. The fear of being afraid, fear of being made fun of. These fears bound us from coming forward. Now, you all might be wondering, what is the problem of us being in our comfort zone? In my opinion, there is. By being in that state, we fear coming forward, which eventually hampers our growth and development. If we stop fearing about the petty situations in our life, and we could learn to tackle them easily. But what about the more challenging ones? To deal with these issues, one must push his or her boundaries and perceive. Persevering these issues and coping up with stress is something that builds a great personality. It's not just about anxiety or fear or solving problems. It's about exploring your capabilities and strengths. If a person has faith in himself, that person can solve whatever problem that person faces. For example, Albert Einstein is a great scientist. But when he was a child, he was unable to speak until 4 and read until 7, and was also given a title of mentally handicapped. But he never gave up and persevered. And that's the reason why we know the most important theories that he gave us today. Now, you all might be wondering, why is this girl standing in front of us and talking about all the stuffs? This is because I have gone through this phase and has realized the life has so much to offer out of our comfort zone. I have always been a very shy girl who loved to be confined in her comfort zone. I never tried to step forward, come out of the crowd, take part in an event, or explore the things surrounding me. And I realized this led me to nowhere until and unless I tried to push my limits, come out of the cocoon that I have created surrounding myself for years. You all sitting there in the audience was once my comfort zone. But today, I decided, I stepped forward, and this red spot, this stage is what I call it my comfort zone. It's said, Rome is not built in a day. And this is also true for people. The person cannot just suddenly decide, oh, today I'm going to come out of my comfort zone. No, it's not that. It's tiny steps that leads you to a greater success. It's all about exploring, experiencing, learning, failing, coming back again and learning. So it's never too late or never too early to start new. The right time is when you realize you should. Being spontaneous and coming out, stepping out, requires courage. And this courage can only be built when you try to push your limits beyond your capabilities. People fall, people fail. But the one who withstands this failure and learns from this failure is the most successful person in life. So, at the last, I just want to say, be courageous, be confident, come forth, come out of your comfort zone and explore this beautiful world without being afraid. Thank you.